What's going on, everybody? This is ODC, that's me, and this is my final review for 2014. This is my review of the DC Collectibles, DC Comics Designer Series, Greg Capullo, 0 Year Batman. Literally just got this guy in the mail. I picked him and Commissioner Gordon up, so... yeah, this is my review of 0 Year Batman. I've been looking forward to this design of Batman for a long time. I was actually hoping we could get one in a DC Universe Classics form. Obviously, we're never going to get that, but it's nice to have at least one of these. I actually picked up a separate one. I'm going to keep mint on card. And yeah, I just really like the look of this figure. I love that it's supposed to be like his first appearance look, and I really dig that. I really love that they kind of give him a little nice redesign for his first appearance or debut look, and looks really good. I love this packaging. I really have just come to I think the Greg Capullo Designer Series line is probably my favorite. It just really pops to me. I don't know. I think it's just I really like Greg Capullo's artwork, and I love that they can actually just transfer that onto figure forms. But on the back here, you have the other figures in the wave, and I do plan on actually picking up the rest of this wave. So here's a 0 Year Batman. I do have Commissioner Gordon. Batgirl should be on her way, and Two-Face. I do plan on picking him up and probably pick up the Riddler too as well. It says 0 Year Batman on the side here. On the front, you get in this nice window display. Really nice packaging. You can also repackage your action figure if you so choose. If you're want to repackage him, have him mint on card, you can do that. So that's another reason why I like this type of style of packaging. But enough talk about that. I'm going to pause it really quick. We'll get 0 Year Batman out of packaging, and we'll take a closer look at him. We'll be right back. Okay, and we're back with Batman out of packaging, and I gotta say, he looks really, really great. Absolutely fantastic figure. Beautiful sculpt. I gave him a good once-over look, and I don't see any paint application errors, at least with mine. I think this is a beautifully done action figure, and I'm just so happy to have him part of my collection now, and I'm so happy that he's been released. It's really just a great-looking action figure. I do like this look. I don't know what it is about this look. I think it's because it's supposed to be his like first appearance look for our New Age comics, being the New 52. A little bit different of a cape from the Greg Capullo Batman. It is split down the center. I believe that's actually for him for gliding. For the original Batman was a glider cape. The original Greg Capullo, which I'll bring in right now, does not have that slit in the back, as you can see there. So there's a difference there. But overall, I really do like this look, and I know a lot of people probably are not a big fan of the face, but you have to understand that this is a designer series. This is supposed to be Greg Capullo's artwork here. So, and I think it's a really good representation of that. And he does come with a grapnel gun and his holster. And it's a nice, actually, rubber material on the holster, so it sits well with the plastic. They kind of bond together and they kind of sit well, so it's not sliding around. Actually, I can flip them upside down and try to jiggle it out, and it's not going to go anywhere. The rubber kind of bonds with the plastic and they kind of sit well. So very nicely done. As far as the accessory, there's his grapnel gun, looking good. Looks very well done. He does come with a spare hand for that grapnel gun. And if you're wondering why he has purple gloves, well, Batman's original appearance, he did have purple gloves, so this is not an error. If you're not familiar with the first appearance of Batman, he did wear purple gloves. That was how he was drawn by Bob Kane and Bill Finger. So So there you go. Not a mistake. He also comes with 2 batarangs, which I will, if I can pick it up off the table. I mean, these guys are really small. Very small batarang. Looks good though. Unfortunately, he can't really hold it in that hand, and these are just, this hand's a tad too big. I would have preferred if they would have if they were going to give us 1 hand, they could have just given us 2 hands here, and had one with a little slit in the hand for him to hold it, like they did with the Capullo Batman right here. Bring him back in. So yeah, there's a little slit right there, and you can kind of pop this guy in there, and you can also pop it in between his fingers. They could have just given us the same hand, to be honest with you, and it could have worked. So I would have preferred that over just giving us 1 hand for the grapnel gun and no hand for him to hold his batarang. So that's something that could have been thought of or fixed, but for the most part, really nice texturing going throughout the sides. It's kind of like a padding material going throughout. He's got an elbow pad right there. He's got his knee pads right here on both sides, and padding going down the sides. It's just the design of Greg Capullo when he designed this 0-year suit. And on the back side, there you have his utility belt, and on the front you have a very different symbol for his belt, but he's got the yellow pouches on each side, and then the yellow symbol, and then there you go. So really nice, nice sculpting going for the bat symbol here. Really do like that. It is raised and sculpted. Really dig this this face sculpt as well. He also has the taller ears for his for this look than the original release. Looks really cool. Actually, I believe the cowl is much different too as well. I'm just going to keep popping this this guy in for comparisons. As you can see here, there's a lot of differences in this guy's suit than this guy's suit. The face is different, completely different sculpts. They didn't use it. These eyes are a little bit wider than these eyes. The ears are much shorter on the original Capullo as opposed to 0-year. They have much different belts. I mean, you can just see the progression in the design throughout Batman's suit. I think it's a really nice touch that you can actually see progression, even in his boots here. His gauntlets, he doesn't even have gauntlets in here, he only has gloves. So I just really think it's a really nice progression throughout. But there you go. There's the differences there. You can see in the bat symbol, everything. So, but as far as taking his hand off, let me just try and pop it off here if I can do it on camera. There we go. It is just a ball peg right here, and it is a much stiffer ball peg. Thank God it's not a clear plastic ball peg. I would be very worried if it was. But let's just try to pop his hand on here. Pull him off camera real quick. Okay, sorry, I had to pause it there. I had to get his hand back on it. Took a little finagling, but not too bad. But there is what it looks like with his hand on the gun. You might have to use a little bit of hot water on this trigger finger right here to kind of get it from not making the... It wasn't too tough to get his hand, his gun in the hand, but the thing is that you just want to loosen this finger up a little bit so it's not putting so much pressure on the trigger there. You don't want the trigger to snap off. So, but that's what he looks like with the gun, his grapnel gun in his hand. It looks pretty cool. And it's not too hard to get it out of his pocket and then toss it right back in there, like so. But overall, for his articulation, let me just back up a little bit here. For his articulation, his head does move side to side. Can do a full 360 rotation. It does look up really well. A good range of motion in the head looking up. And looking down is okay too. And he does have a nice tilt effect to his head too, so you can kind of give him the I'm confused. But his arms go up about that far, and they do go down. They can do a full 360 rotation. He does have a bicep swivel on both sides, a single bend at the elbow, like so, and he does have a wrist rotation also. It's a little bit tight on this side. That's it. There you go. There's the rotation. He does have an ab crunch, which goes forward nicely, and it does go a tiny bit back from the neutral position, but it does go forward nicely. As far as a waist swivel, he does have a waist swivel. It's right there. I don't believe he has T-joint head. He's got a little bit of a split right there, but it's not the best range of motion. I wouldn't push it any further than that. You just might snap the leg off. But his legs do go forward about that far, and they do go back about that far. He does have an upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees. And he does not have a boot swivel, so there's no boot swivel there. He does have an ankle hinge right here. And he does have an ankle swivel, but no ankle rocker. So no ankle pivot of any kind there. It's just a swivel. So as far as a height comparison, a size comparison, I do have two other Batmans I can bring in here, which I will if I can get him just to stand neutral. There we go. Here is the other Greg Capullo Batman with pretty much the exact same articulation, to be honest with you. This Batman's a little bit taller just because of his ears are taller, but they're pretty much the same height-wise overall. Body-wise, and then the heads would make him a little bit taller. And here is the New 52 Batman. And I believe they are around the same height, so looks pretty good. So there you go. There's a size, a width comparison. So there you go. But yeah, I definitely really do like this figure, and happy that he's actually, this is my last review for 2014, so I hope you guys are enjoying it. I wanted to do my Sideshow Collectibles Batman, but I saw this guy, and he had already had his stuff out, and or I just, you know, it's kind of like the thrill of getting something day one, you know what I mean? So I decided he will be my last figure for 2014, but don't worry, I will get to my Sideshow Collectibles Batman. Really awesome sculpting. I would say if I had to pick one thing that's a highlight of this action figure, it's probably the sculpt, hands down. There's nothing wrong with the paint, but if I have to choose one thing, it's got to be the sculpt. And just the overall look of this, I love this design. I don't know what it is. I just think it's something nice and different that Greg Capullo decided to do with Batman. And I really can respect that. So, I mean, to each their own. A lot of people might not like this, but I don't know. I'm a fan of it, so glad that we finally got this this design of Batman. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I would definitely give this figure a 2 thumbs up. Don't fall over, Batman. 2 thumbs up. And I would highly recommend you get this figure. I mean, he runs for around I don't know, where from $22 to $25. So, and he comes with some pretty cool accessories. Comes with the gun, the extra hand, 2 batarangs. So I think it's worth the $25. And he's got a good range of motion. I don't see any QC issues anywhere with anything. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Happy New Year's to all of you. And let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching as always. And I will see you guys on the flip side.